I think it tells us a lot that the American found designed to be global in nature, and it reflected the human aspiration for freedom and liberty that transcends national boundaries or race or religion. I think it also suggests from a very early period on, the United States had an idealized version of China that was an ancient civilization. They had come in contact with it through the British. They had, they invented gunpowder. They had sophisticated eyeglasses. They had all these inventions. It was very sophisticated. Then we were never a colonial power. We didn't have an enclave as did Europe, France, or Britain, or the Dutch, or the Portuguese or Spanish. So there was no history of colonialism. We did have a lot of missionaries there, but whether it was misguided or not, it was not there to plunder the country. So we had a lot of Chinese immigrants. We were in a very great relationship until the end of World War II. And then the advent of communism and the fact that Mao turned out to be the greatest killer in the history of political regimes. 70 million people were killed. And we fought them in Korea vicariously. They were the bulk of the North Korean forces by 1953. So we got off on a bad foot. So people, I guess what I'm trying to say is that people see this as kind of tragic. There's a natural empathy for the Chinese people. It's analogous to what happened in Iran. But we can't, I don't think we'll be friendly with China as long as that Maoist government is in power. The best we can do is get a working relationship where we avoid direct conflict and we keep out of each other's internal affairs. I think a lot of Americans are very worried. There's 300 to 320,000 Chinese students here. They're buying farmland, and the attitude of the American people is they want reciprocity. If China has a surplus, we want a surplus. If China has 300, then how many students do we have in China? If we have 10,000, then they should have 10,000. If we don't buy farmland in China, they shouldn't buy farmland here. If they send over balloons to surveil our country, then we should. That's all they're asking. They're not asking for an edge or dominance, but they feel right now that China, for a variety of reasons, adept propaganda and its new emergence as a world leader, they're taking advantage of the relationship.